Hello.
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 It's going to take a while for folk to get signed in, but I see several of you here already. Hello. We'll wait till see if we can get everybody online, but let's check audio and video for starters too. Lynn, I see that you have your microphone muted. Good.
Yes, I put it on mute until it's time for me to talk. Is that okay?
That's a good plan, and often that prevents feedback. So appreciate that. You know how this works. I see Lynn and Winter, and Lowell. I see the top of your head. There you go. Hello. Diane, hello. You're here. It works?
Yeah.
Good.
Although I had a message that said internet is unstable, but I can hear you right now.
Okay. That happens with Zoom sometimes, depending on your internet connection. It can come and go. Yeah, I'm not enough of a techie to know how to fix that. Winter, you're muted right now, but can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Lowell, hello. In my experience in Zoom, sometimes you want to mute your microphone until you're ready to speak. If you're getting feedback, it can be the microphone. So one little thing about that. Hello, Janice and Julie.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, please tell me, how's volume? Can everybody hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
I've said it once, but I'll repeat it for newbies. Muting your microphone, and if you don't have the view with everybody here, Winter has her microphone muted. Can you see that? And that will sometimes prevent feedback. And the mute button is down in the bottom corner of my screen. Let me see if I can share my screen with you. Okay. And share. Now. Can you tell that I'm still a novice with Zoom and some of this video technology? I hope that you can. I'm going to try to get you back in a full picture here. Now, not the view I want. I apologize. Bear with me, and I'm going to get back where I was. Okay. Maybe I'm not. Folks, I apologize. Is there a Zoom expert in the house who can help me get back to my large screen?
If you hit swap shared screen with video in the top right corner, that might work.
Thank you. Winter is my new expert. So hello and welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 of you from EDLS 700 were able to Zoom and meet with us tonight. That was Dr. Palermo looking to reach out to y'all prior to our first low residency meeting. As part of a low residency program at Gardner-Webb, there is no obligation or expectation that you would be present for a weekly synchronous real-time meeting. So what I have done in the past is to load videos, to use the Blackboard shell as an asynchronous meeting place for you to go, get your readings, hopefully get some mini lectures or brief input from me. Apply your readings in discussion posts and prepare for our 3 low residency weekends. Those weekends that are scheduled for, well, if I could get back to my share screen, I'll show you those dates: February 4th, 5th, March 4th and 5th, and April 8th and 9th, are spread out over the 15-week semester to both give you input and instructor input, but also opportunities to share with one another, opportunities to work on formative assessment of projects in progress. You're going to be working on something called an ODP, an Organizational Development Plan, this semester, and during our meetings, you'll have opportunities to bring drafts of those and to share them with one another to get peer feedback and formative assessment prior to submitting those for summative assessment with me. So again, I'm really glad to meet with you. I wanted to open up the forum tonight so that you would have the opportunity to ask questions of me and not have to wait till 3 weeks into the semester in order to in order to have an opportunity to meet face to face and to ask questions if you needed them. But again, after tonight, if you want to meet regularly, I'd be glad to do that, and we'll schedule a time and try to make it so that it's not interrupting church time or coaching time or other important activities. Again, an asynchronous 3-weekend early residency program is what you signed on for. So I feel like if we have an opportunity or need to meet in real time, that needs to be at your convenience, and we'll schedule it according to your time. I know tonight wasn't convenient for Diane. I don't know if it how it works in everyone else's schedule. So before I go further, can everyone see everyone else? Like I've got the little thumbnails. Oh, okay. I have done a video introduction. Most of you have loaded your you wrote introductions and loaded them in the dialogue board. I wasn't clear about that, but invited you to load a video. Here we are in real time seeing one another. So let me see how I did on my notes. Let's see, let's see, Lynn Blackshear Ray. Hello, Lynn.
Hi, how are
Director
you?
of Exceptional Children in Hoke County. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the group, Lynn?
Well, like I said in my post, I've been in Hope County all of my teaching career, and now I'm the Director of Exceptional Children, which sometimes can be a little stressful, but I truly enjoy learning those laws and keeping up with them and assisting the students with disabilities.
Do you ever have a nightmare about an IEP gone wrong or something?
Probably many of them.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. And Hoke County is just west of Fayetteville, right?
Yes, yes. It's in Rayford, North Carolina, and it's right west of Fayetteville.
Well, we are a group of 8. We're coming together from all over the state, really. Lowell, you're even further west. You're in Caldwell County right now. Is that correct?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I was at one time I was in Caldwell County. Currently, I'm in Roanoke Rapids in the northeastern part of the state.
Well, I had that wrong. Tell us some more about your work at Roanoke Rapids.
Well, currently in Roanoke Rapids, I'm the assistant superintendent in Roanoke Rapids. I've been there for 1.5 years. Before that, I was in Caldwell County, where I like to say I grew up. I was a teacher, an assistant principal, and a principal in Caldwell County, and started my career in the Triad, working in Asheboro City and Rockingham County.
Okay. So you have made your way around the state of North Carolina, west to east. I think Lowell might be frozen right now. There you go. You've made your way
Yes.
around.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Thanks, Lowell. Janice Moore. Hello, Janice.
Hi.
You're an AP in Pitt County, Greenville.
Yes.
Tell us something about Greenville and your work there.
Well, I worked for private school for 6 years. Then I went to Pitt County schools as a middle grade teacher. Then after that, I got my master's in special ed, because in the middle school, I was a special education teacher, focusing on behavior and emotional disabilities. So I got my first master's in special education. Then I decided to go into school administration. So I got my license in school administration. I was assistant principal for J.H. Rose High School for 3 years. This year is my first year at Farmer Central High School.
Well, welcome, and welcome. Thank you. Right next to her in my screen is Winter McNeil, and you're not too far away from Greenville. Winter, you're in Goldsboro. Curriculum coach?
Yes, I've spent 11 years in Goldsboro, in the Central Attendance District. I actually began as a physical education teacher, and then transitioned into curriculum facilitator and currently instructional coach.
Cool.
At a local elementary school.
So being a curriculum coach, you're kind of getting a view out of the school and more of different schools?
I'm a curriculum coach at elementary school in Goldsboro. So I do collaborate with a lot of other instructional coaches at other schools in the county as well, yes.
But you are based in one school?
Based in one school, yes.
Several of y'all are teachers and school site-based administrators working in positions in schools. Some of you are working in central office positions. And some of us are retired. Diane, tell us something about your experience in schools. You need to unmute your microphone. There you go.
Okay, I didn't realize I was still talking. I'm actually from Hope County too, so hey, and all my family lives there. I went to Scurlock Elementary.
Hey, I'm from Scurlock, actually.
Okay,
Can you hear
cool.
me now?
I graduated from Red Springs, but yeah, all my family lives in Hope County, McNeil's. So good to see you.
Hope County.
Hope County, yeah.
Diane Payne, next.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got confused about the mic. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it on? Okay. Well, I retired finally for the last time, maybe, we'll see, in July. I retired from being the director of the Principal Fellows Program at General Administration at UNC. And I worked with teachers who were on a scholarship to get their master's degree. And my job was to work with them, select them, work with the commission, and provide training for them so that they would hopefully become very strong principals down the road. So prior to that, I worked with some schools, turnaround schools in the state, and most of my career has been as a high school principal. I was at Broughton High School in Raleigh. That's where I retired the first time, and then I couldn't stay away, so I had to go back. So I've been, been in education a long time, but I never did finish my doctorate. I got right up to the finish line and never wrote the dissertation. So my goal now is to actually try to bring closure to this goal of mine and get the graduate degree.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. Julie, unmute your microphone and tell us, you're an English teacher in language arts and social studies, the middle school in Scotland County. right?
Yes, I am. And Skyline County is right beside Hood County, so we're close.
Why administration, Julie?
Well, I stayed in the school that I'm in just because we started a STEM academy within the school. And I got my master's in administration 2 years ago. That's just been a goal of mine. And I didn't want to stay out too long, just because I didn't want to stop. And so I just like Diane said, I just, you want to finish that goal before it's too late. So.
And we're all of us modeling lifelong learning, even if some of us are younger than others.
Yes.
Thank you, Julie. Tammy, tell us, you're in Gates County, Director of HR?
Yes, sir. And I can see myself, but I'm guessing I'm not being seen by anybody else. I am the Director of HR. I've been an assistant principal, a principal, classroom teacher in career and technical education at the director level, and as a classroom teacher and a support in the curriculum and the testing area. So
cool.
I too had started a doctorate. I began at East Carolina, but last year I had a reduction when I was the principal, and as many of you probably know, I just could not balance children at home, work, and the curriculum, so I had to take a break, and then I decided I needed to look for more of a program that had more online. So I found this, and I'm very excited about getting this and sticking with it and finishing out.
Well, thank you for saying that, Tammy, and that brings us full circle to that conversation. If you want an asynchronous at your own time, after children, after work program, this one will be that, with the exception of those 3 low residency weekends. Yes. You can schedule your own time for the majority of this. Now, I can schedule breakout rooms from Zoom. We can arrange meetings for 2 or 3 of you, if that will help with some of the projects or the presentations that you may do for our low residency weekends. But I wanted to do this in order for you to see one another, to have an opportunity to ask some opening kinds of questions that everyone may benefit from, but again, real-time meetings will be few and far between, I think. We're missing one of our cohort, T-E-K-I-C-E-Y Jones, Tekasi, I hope, is a K2 teacher, currently working online, teaching in China, though I'm not clear whether she's teaching English to Chinese children or maybe children of expats, so that's perhaps more likely. At any rate, I do want to open it up now to some questions. You're starting a brand new program. Again, it's kind of a blended online and low residency format. What else do you need to know? Big questions, big picture that might benefit others too. Any questions?
Dr. Palermo, on the times that we meet on the weekends,
yes,
for those of us that have a long ways to drive, is there going to be work like at the end of the session before we meet Sunday morning? I'm just trying to decide whether I want to try to drive back and forth or I want to try to find a place to stay Saturday night.
Sure. And Tammy, you're coming from Gates.
Yes, sir.
County.
It's about 2 hours, 15 to 2.5 hours.
The schedule that I've posted and that I'll stick to pretty much is Saturday 9 to 5 and then Sunday 9 to 3. Now we're a Baptist Christian University and we will start with a devotional on Sunday morning, but I generally do start around 9 and then we will definitely be on the road by 3 o'clock on February 5th because I happen to be a football fan and there's a game I want to see at 6.
But will there be assignments that we'll work on Saturday night before we get together again on Sunday? And I am glad to hear about the devotion.
Yes. Um, by the way, if there's someone who is, I invite anyone to be a chaplain. I have some readings and things, but if someone would like to help with the devotional, Tammy, just let me know more about that. Will there be assignments? This first weekend, I definitely have not planned anything that you have to do with others. If you wanted to hit the road, it'll probably be more like 4:30. If you want to hit the road Saturday and then drive back in on Sunday, that's possible. I stay overnight in Goldsboro. I well, I live in Pittsburgh now, and it's about an hour and a half drive for me. I stay overnight so that I don't have to do it Sunday morning, but that's your call.
Okay, thank you.
The schedule otherwise, we're going to be at Wayne Community College. Wayne Learning Center is what it's actually called. If you MapQuest it, it's right there on a large boulevard right off the bypass, and easy to get to, good lodging nearby, a lot of fast food and some restaurants nearby. Generally speaking, again, we'll have some fellowship, and I invite folks to take an hour or so for lunch on Saturday, and then we might have a working lunch on Sunday to leave early. That's generally my schedule. And by next week, I will have the lesson plan for that first weekend posted in your Blackboard shell. I'm building that shell, and there's going to be more about the readings coming up. If you have not gotten a copy of the Morgan images of organizations, there should be used copies out there. Get that, please. And then Balls, Yori, King, Rethink, Rebuild, Rebound. The tip there is that our dean is Dr. Doug Urey, and efficacy. I can tell you that if you write a dissertation that has efficacy in the good thing. Anyway.
Do we need the workbook that goes with that?
No.
Okay.
No. There is a workbook, and no, not for this course. It may be required later. I don't know. I forget.
They didn't have any used copies. That's why I just asked.
I wouldn't purchase the workbook at this point.
Okay.
Those are good questions. Any others like that? Generic stuff?
Can you tell us a little bit more, give us a little more specific information about the big project that we're working on in
Sure.
terms of
I messed
deciding what to do?
I messed up last time, but let me see if I can share this screen with you. No. Okay. Let me see where I'm going here, Diane. Okay. Can y'all see that on the screen? Can everybody see that? Yes? Okay.
Yep.
The organizational development project. I'm gonna find an exemplar and load it in here for y'all to look at. But it is a district project, or a project that in Wake, for instance, might be located at a cluster of schools. What are the feeders for Broughton? Is it Daniels? And at any rate, you might study a cluster of schools, and in a smaller district, it might be the whole district that's being observed. But we're to get out of the schools. So the couple of you who are teachers and in schools, you're going to need to look at a larger district, either the whole school district or a cluster of schools, might be a region of schools, and try to get a sense of the organization. So first, you're going to do a needs assessment. And I'll say more about this later, but basically all of the projects in the EDLS program are continuous improvement projects. Diane, I'm pretty sure that we were schooled in that all of that quality stuff and continuous improvement. Well, this is one that is asking you to assess this group of schools, to conduct an organizational analysis. You remember, or did you were ever exposed to something called a SWOT analysis? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats? Sure. So you're going to do a SWOT analysis. And then you're going to create a report of the resources. If the weaknesses are that folks need retraining in PLTs and PLCs, what are the resources that are available to meet that need? And then create an organizational development plan that reflects the demographic report, the OA, the organizational analysis, and the resource analysis or resource identification. So in essence, you're not going to actually put the continuous improvement plan into place, but you're going to plan an improvement plan. And for a cluster of schools, and again, I'm thinking it might be a feeder pattern of a couple of middle schools and a high school, or a region of Wake County and maybe all the middle schools in that county. You're going to look at that organization, that larger, not one school, but district kind of organization, and make recommendations for improvement. Organizational development kind of has an emphasis on professional development. So again, what would we do to try to strengthen that organization? Is that real vague, and is that any help at all?
Sorry?
Is that a help?
Well,
That helped a lot.
Okay.
so here's my question though. Since I'm not in a school at the moment, I guess most of our cohort would probably have the same kind of issue. Do you have to get permission from the district to do this? I mean, to go in and talk to people and
Yes.
do an analysis? Is there some protocol for the school system for you to do this?
No, not a formal one right now. Or that's a good question. Is there a protocol? Mostly, it's find a friend, and I don't want to name too many names here, but didn't you mention that Ms. Cochran might be able to provide you access to some data?
Well, I know you could get data like the teacher working condition survey and the state report cards and that kind of thing on the schools. But to actually, be able to do an informed assessment, I don't know how the district would feel about someone going in and doing that without, you'd have to get some permission, the principal would.
Sure. How about a region in Wake?
I'm sorry?
There's a possibility of looking at one region, one area in Wake, and perhaps getting access. Let's talk. Let's talk.
All right. I was just trying to wrap my head around what might be a good project to do.
Sure.
But I guess you're going to talk more about that at the February meeting.
Yes.
I have a question about the cluster. You said clusters. So there's only 2 middle schools in Scotland County.
Uh-huh.
And then there's 7 elementary schools. And you can, I guess, it's kind of you can choose, but like 3 feed in. Would it be better if I've already started kind of looking at the data? So should I cluster, or is it okay to do the whole district? Or is that too much data?
I'm going to suggest a different approach, and that is convenience. What do you have access to? Who do you know outside of your school that you could ask for help? And
well, the superintendent of the school system has said he's offered the data.
Okay.
And he's So, I mean, I can get the data.
Then you may choose to look at the whole district.
Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't know if that's just too much or.
No, no. In a small district, this plan is designed for just your size district, I think.
Okay.
Okay. And again, it's to get you out of the school building to look at that 30,000-foot view, or more of the district view. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
And when you're talking about human resources for this, are we looking at the certified staff as well as the non-certified, your director levels? I mean, our district is small.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I saw in there that you're looking at capacity plans and things like that, are we to keep it at the school building level, or do you want us to look at it globally for the whole district?
Globally for the district is the thrust of this program. And you asked certified or non. At the heart, all of these projects kind of tie back to student learning in some ways. So I think primarily the certified folks is who you want to think about.
Okay.
Good questions. Keep them coming. Where's Winter? Winter, can you tell me how to get back to my big screen again?
That right corner, you can.
Yeah.
There should be an enter full screen box. You just click it.
Box. Huh?
It work.
Oh boy. If I ever figure this stuff out, I'll be dangerous. What other questions, folks? Any others?
I don't have any right now. I look forward to meeting with y'all on the 4th and the 5th.
Yes, yes. By the way, I think you have my cell phone number, but email is generally the most reliable way to reach me. I try to, well, I don't always check it all weekends long, but I generally try to respond to my email within 24 hours. Otherwise, workdays, Monday through Friday. I am going to be loading an assignment calendar. I have the stuff scheduled by weeks, but I will be loading a calendar so you can get more of a big picture. But you're going to be reading basically all of Rebuild, Rethink, Rebound, and Morgan. So if you want to get ahead, read ahead in those. I will be loading things for you to read and respond, and have next week's dialogue up, a theory about theories. So check into week 2 if you haven't already been there. Again, give me some feedback either offline or when we meet, and let me know whether you find value in meeting face-to-face and whether you'll want to do that again. Maybe you'll know that better after a week or so of the course. This is the way I run things. Other instructors do things differently. I do want to both help you understand the content of EDLS 700, but also to get off on a good start on your EDLS program. So if I don't know the answer, I'll try to. I see Dr. Uri every week, so I'll ask him if there's stuff that you want to know that I can't answer right away. Thank you. That's what I had for tonight.
One more quick question.
Yes.
Are you wanting us to take the Blackboard quiz? Are you wanting us to do that? I see that on my grades.
That if it's in your grade calculations now, I need to take it out.
Okay.
No, there's no obligation there. That's pretty much optional. Folks who our experience is that folks who take an online course are all over the place on experience level. And you can tell I'm still fumbling with my video software. So no, the Blackboard course is optional.
Okay.
Thank you. Good questions, though. Any others? Hey, I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And in the meantime, write to me if you have questions. We can Zoom like this individually. I don't use it very often, but I have FaceTime on my telephone. So call or write if you have any questions. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.